All right, let's just dive right in. We are standing on the edge of a massive, fundamental shift in how we all buy things. I mean, try to forget everything you think you know about browsing websites, clicking around, adding stuff to a cart. A whole new retail revolution is here, and it's being powered by AI. And look, this isn't just some small, incremental change. To really put this into perspective, you've got experts like Kartik Hosenegger from the Wharton School comparing this moment to the arrival of the internet itself. I mean, just think about that. That's a huge statement. It suggests the entire map of online shopping is about to be completely redrawn. So it's one thing to talk about a huge disruption, right? But what does that actually mean for you and me when we just need to, buy a new pair of sneakers or figure out our groceries for the week? How is this AI revolution going to change that simple, everyday act? Well, the first big change you have to wrap your head around is this. The store is moving. It's not a website anymore. It's not even really an app. The store is now the conversation you're having with an AI. You'll be able to find things, research them, and buy them all directly inside a chat window without ever having to leave. And as you can imagine, retailers are scrambling to figure out their place in this new world. Right now, we're seeing two main strategies pop up. On one side, you've got companies like Etsy and Target who are deciding to partner up with the big AI giants. ChatGPT, Gemini, that whole crew. They're basically putting their products where the conversations are already happening. Smart. But then, on the other side, you have the behemoths like Amazon and Walmart, and they're building their own AI assistants. It's a way bigger investment for sure, but it means they get to keep that direct connection with their customers. And this right here leads to a really fascinating, high-stakes trade-off for pretty much every brand out there. It's this huge new opportunity on one hand versus the absolutely terrifying idea of losing control over your own customers on the other. Let's break that down a bit. Okay, first, the opportunity. You ready for this? According to a recent Adobe report, AI-driven traffic to e-commerce sites shot up by a staggering 758% year on year. That is just an explosive level of growth. No retailer on earth can afford to ignore a number like that. You just have to be where the people are. But, and this is a huge but, on the other side of that coin, there's a massive risk. A Deloitte Outlook found that 81% of retail executives are worried that generative AI will actually weaken brand loyalty. And it makes perfect sense, right? If you buy something through an AI, are you loyal to the brand that made it, or are you loyal to the AI that found you the best product at the best price? And this brings us to this really crucial new idea called loss of proximity. Think about it like this. When you're on a retailer's website, they learn from every single click you make. But what happens if that whole shopping journey, from finding the product, to comparing it, to actually buying it, happens somewhere else on an external AI platform? Well, the retailer gets cut out of the loop. They lose that direct relationship, and they lose all that incredibly valuable data about what you like and how you shop. Professor Hosenegger just nails the ultimate risk with this quote. If everything happens inside a chatbot, the retailer is in danger of becoming nothing more than a fulfillment center. Just a warehouse that ships out a product that some AI chose. The entire brand experience, everything they've spent millions of dollars and years building, could just evaporate. So that's the big challenge for retailers today. But this is all building towards an even more radical future. The real tipping point, the one all the experts are talking about, is when we're not just chatting with an AI to shop, but when an autonomous AI agent is doing the shopping for us. The difference is pretty wild when you see it laid out. The old way, that's our way, it's a whole process, right? You do your research, you open like a dozen tabs to compare prices, then you go to a totally different site to actually buy the thing. The future, it's just one interaction. You'll just tell your AI, hey, find me the best rated waterproof running shoes for under $100 and order them in my size. And boom, it's done. And listen, this isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. That same Deloitte report found that about half of all retail execs believe this shift to a single AI interaction is going to be the norm by 2027. That is just around the corner. And a world like that fundamentally changes everything for retailers. For one, their new customer isn't even a person anymore. It's another AI. That means all their data needs to be in formats that machines can easily understand. Their marketing has to completely change because you can't persuade an AI with a flashy ad the way you can a person. And maybe most importantly, the AI agent, not the retailer, is the one that now controls the relationship with the human customer. Which leaves us with this one last kind of mind-bending question to chew on. When an autonomous AI agent is making all the buying decisions based on its own logic and its own data, who is the brand really selling to? Is the customer you, or is it the machine? And what does that mean for the future of basically every brand we know and love?